going on, Jerome's? So this offseason, the Minnesota Fighting Vikings made a concerted effort to having the meets along both trenches, O-line and especially D-line. Signing up veterans Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave, both Pro Bowl defensive linemen in their own right. And I feel like it sort of covered things up. The fact that the Vikings went so hard in the paint in free agency, didn't have a ton of draft picks, that players like, oh, what happened? Well, Tyrion Ingram-Dawkins, just absolute physical freak coming out of Georgia, 5th round pick, number 139, sort of flew under the radar. And what's interesting is that Javon Hargrave has been lined up at the nose quite a bit. You have Harrison Phillips finally kicking out to 5-tech, playing a lot of right 5-tech, Jonathan Allen on the left mainly, but also Tyrion Ingram-Dawkins getting a little bit of run with the first team defense quite a bit. And also the fact that Ingram-Dawkins in his preseason debut, 21 snaps, 11 on the left side, 10 on the right side, mix of 5-tech and 3-tech. Almost sounds like they're getting him ready to be the fourth defensive lineman, the swing defensive lineman. Also, obviously, Jalen Redmond is going to be in the mix LDR, working a lot at the nose as well. But Ingram-Dawkins, as we said, he may be able to contribute early and often because of his run defense prowess. And also, his pass rush is a work in progress, but he's got the traits. You can learn that on the fly. And also, you want to keep some mileage off of veterans like Phillips, Hargrave, and Jonathan Allen. And playing the kid may make some sense. In the preseason game, did have 1 tackle, 7.1 PFF run defense grade. Consistently set the edge and was good to go. Played his assignments, and that's exactly what he did. And even though he didn't have the largest stats in the world at college at Georgia, but the fact that, like we said, absolute physical freak, could this be Daniil Hunter Redux? Remember, Daniil only had 4.5 sacks during his college career at LSU, but in terms of checking the boxes physically, yes. I mean, Ingram-Dawkins certainly has that. A 9.79 RAS, 4.86 40, great in the jumps, great in the short shuttle. Bench, we can amp that up. That's right, man. All right. Also, scouting report-wise, Lance Erland, NFL.com, draft projection round 4, Vikings got him in the 5th. Overview. He's ready to do it with the tools to do it, but is still learning how to do it. Okay. Ingram-Dawkins' relative lack of experience shows up with inconsistent instincts in the run game. Sorted that out, and lack of development as a rusher. That's a work in progress. That's fine. However, he possesses an impressive blend of size and suddenness that allows him to attack blocks or shoot gaps. He's a bender with excellent range and change of direction. He offers more flash than finish as a pass rusher, but has all the tools to get after pockets when his hands and approach get trained up. He's also scheme and position versatile with loads of upside, but he's still developing and has a wider gap between his ceiling and his floor relative to his fellow defensive line prospects. I think right now, sort of under the radar, he's definitely panning out on some of that potential. And what he brings immediately, positional flexibility, as was highlighted in the preseason, where he played both sides, 11 on the left, 10 on the right, and 5-tech, 3-tech. They're basically getting him ready to play any role that's needed on the D-line. It's going to be great. Good bend, raw physical freak tools, lightning quick first step, which is great. Needs to develop hands. A rush plan needs a little bit of work, but unlimited upside. And as we said, immediately, I think that you could see him on the field on early downs because keeping Hargrave, keeping Phillips, keeping Allen fresher later in games, later in the season, could be the name of the game. So as of right now, I think TID is obviously a lock to make the roster. I mean, most fifth-round picks make the team. All right, but also the Vikings have an inordinate amount of solid defensive linemen, so it wasn't always a slam dunk, but I think that it is now. Plus, I feel like getting him good to go to play both sides as well as multiple positions, it is going to be a bit of a rotation, a bit of a platoon, and him getting on the field, especially given his run game prowess, given his physical tools as well, and just develop as a pass rusher, just learning technique, learning skills, learning hands, learning all this stuff, and learning at the being able to learn from guys like Allen, Hargrave, Phillips, great defensive line coach Marcus Dixon. I think that TID has a chance to be pretty damn legit. So he's one of the players that has definitely flown under the radar a bit, but definitely deserves his flowers, and definitely a player to watch for the rest of training camp, the joint practice, as well as the 2 remaining preseason games. Should get a lot of run there. I probably should start both preseason games, and then it's just sky's the limit right, man. Again, we're back to having the meats up front. It's going to be good. But your thoughts are thoughts. TID getting some run with the ones. It could be a major part of the Vikings D-line plan this season. Let us know your thoughts. Our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.